Welcome back to Soil Stories, where we dig past the hype and talk about what actually works in the soil. Today I want to share something powerful, because while many farmers are fighting over the same maize, tomatoes or cabbages, a quiet group of growers is cashing in on crops most people overlook. These are not flashy, trendy crops you see everywhere on social media. They're humble, sometimes ignored plants that consistently put money in farmers' pockets season after season. What makes these crops special isn't luck, it's demand, low competition, adaptability, and the simple fact that most people don't take them seriously. If you're a small-scale farmer, backyard gardener, or someone looking to turn soil into income, this article is for you. Let's get into the 5 surprising crops quietly making farmers rich and how you can start growing them intentionally. Ginger. The underground gold. Most farmers ignore. Ginger looks ordinary when you see it in the market, but in the field it behaves like a cash machine when grown right. Demand for ginger has exploded in recent years, driven by health-conscious consumers, herbal medicine makers, restaurants, and juice processors. What many farmers don't realize is that ginger fetches high prices almost year-round, especially during shortages. Ginger thrives in loose, fertile soil with good organic matter. It doesn't need large land. In fact, some of the most profitable ginger growers are working on small plots, raised beds, or even sacks. The real secret is soil health. Ginger responds incredibly well to compost, manure, and microbial life. Farmers using rich compost teas and mulches often report bigger rhizomes and fewer diseases. Another advantage is storage. Unlike leafy vegetables, ginger doesn't force you to sell immediately. You can harvest gradually or store it properly while waiting for better prices. That flexibility alone has helped many farmers avoid middlemen pressure and sell on their own terms. If you're looking for a crop that rewards patience, soil care, and smart timing, ginger deserves a serious place in your garden. Garlic. Small cloves, serious money. Garlic is one of those crops people think is too common to be profitable until they run the numbers. High-quality garlic, especially organically grown or locally adapted varieties, sells at premium prices. Restaurants, hotels, health shops, and even households are willing to pay more for strong, flavorful bulbs. What makes garlic a quiet wealth crop is its efficiency. You plant once, manage weeds and moisture, and harvest months later with relatively low labor compared to vegetables that need constant attention. Garlic prefers well-drained soil and benefits massively from compost and mulching. In fact, farmers who feed the soil rather than the plant often see dramatic improvements in bulb size. Another hidden advantage is seed control. When you save your own cloves from the best bulbs, your planting material improves every season. That means lower costs and better yields over time. Some farmers even make extra income selling seed garlic to other growers. Garlic doesn't shout wealth, but it whispers it consistently to those who understand it. Turmeric. The golden crop with growing demand. Turmeric is no longer just a kitchen spice, it has become a global health crop. From herbal teas and capsules to cosmetics and natural remedies, turmeric demand continues to rise, yet surprisingly, very few farmers grow it seriously. Turmeric grows almost exactly like ginger, making it perfect if you want to diversify without learning a completely new system. It loves warm conditions, rich soil, and organic inputs. What sets turmeric apart is value addition. Fresh turmeric already sells well, but dried powder, paste, or processed forms can multiply income if done safely and cleanly. Farmers who focus on clean production, no chemicals, good drying methods, and proper storage are tapping into niche markets that pay far more than local markets. Even small-scale growers are supplying health shops and direct customers. If you already grow ginger or have fertile soil and patience, turmeric is a natural next step toward higher profits. Herbs like rosemary and thyme, they're perennials that really pay back. You know, a lot of gardeners underestimate herbs, but honestly, herbs are some of the highest value crops per square meter. Rosemary, thyme, oregano, and similar herbs are perennial, which just means you plant once and harvest for years. That alone, it completely changes the economics. These herbs thrive in well-drained soil and actually prefer less water than most vegetables. Once they're established, maintenance is minimal. Regular pruning encourages growth, and those prunings, that's what you sell. Fresh herbs fetch good prices, but dried herbs often bring even better margins because of their longer shelf life. Another powerful advantage is market diversity. You can sell to local households, restaurants, hotels, herbalists, and even online. Some farmers bundle herbs into value packs or teas, increasing income without needing more land. Herbs reward consistency and quality. Grow them clean, harvest properly, and dry them well, and they'll quietly keep earning long after seasonal crops are gone. Indigenous leafy greens. These are the crops people keep underestimating. And honestly, this might surprise you the most. Indigenous leafy greens, which are often dismissed as poor man's food, are actually making serious money for farmers who understand timing and presentation. Crops like amaranth, spider plant, nightshade, and cowpea leaves are deeply rooted in local diets and culture. Demand for these greens is strong, especially in urban areas where people crave traditional flavors but don't really have space to grow them. These crops grow fast, tolerate tough conditions, and can be harvested multiple times. That means quick returns and continuous income. The key to profitability here is consistency and cleanliness. Farmers who harvest regularly, wash properly, and bundle attractively often sell out faster and at better prices. Some even supply restaurants and institutions looking for reliable sources of traditional vegetables. When grown with compost and good soil care, indigenous greens are not just food. They're a steady income stream. The common thread here is that soil is the real investment. What connects all these crops isn't magic seeds or secret fertilizers, it's soil health. Farmers who are quietly getting rich focus less on chemicals and more on building living soil. Compost, mulches, microbial liquids, and patience. These are what make crops thrive with fewer problems and better quality. Another shared lesson is intentionality. These farmers don't plant just because everyone else is planting. They plant because they understand demand, timing, and how to stand out with quality. You don't need acres of land to grow wealth. You need the right crops, healthy soil, and the courage to grow what others ignore. If you've been stuck growing the same crops with shrinking profits, well, this is your sign to rethink your garden. Start small. Test one of these crops. Learn how it behaves in your soil. Build fertility slowly. Observe the market. That's how quiet wealth grows. Rooted in the soil, season by season. If this article helped you see your garden differently, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a fellow gardener who needs encouragement. And if you want more honest, soil-based wisdom like this, make sure you subscribe to Soil Stories on YouTube. Let's keep learning, growing, and turning soil into stories worth telling.